Doctor Who, The Keeper of Traken, the 41st story of the 4th Doctor, is written by Johnny Byrne and starring Tom Baker, Matthew Waterhouse and Sarah Sutton. Sir Christopher H. Bidmead suggested to Johnny Byrne to use the subjects of millennialism and the effects of a long-serving head of state dying. John Nathan Turner wanted to include a familiar villain, ones that Tom Baker has faced, the Master. The story is the introduction of Anthony Ainley as the Master and Sarah Sutton as Nessa. So after returning to N-Space, the Doctor and Adric found a planet called Traken, and the Keeper appeared inside the TARDIS and told the Doctor and Adric what the crack is with the planet and asked them to go there.
How so, Keeper?
I fear that our beloved world of Traken faces disaster.
As Amalka arrived. So after the marriage of Tremus and Cassia went to see the statue. As she left, Malka spoke.
I know it will be soon.
The Doctor and Adric arrived and met Tremus. As the Doctor explained the situation, the people from Traken couldn't find the TARDIS, as Malka made it disappear with his laser eyes. Everyone thinks the Doctor and Adric are lying. However, they summoned the Keeper, and I thought Malka was pretty scary the way he moved. As Malka appeared through the door and the Doctor asked him to identify him, Keeper said, "Evil, the sanctum is invaded, evil, infinite evil," and disappeared. So Trakenites were turning on the Doctor and Adric.
Constance, we are invaded! Evil!
So the Doctor tries to convince them a misunderstanding, so he's placed under Tremus's protection. Nessa puts the flowers where Melka is and went into the dining room where Tremus, the Doctor and Adric are.
Nissa. Hello.
How do you feel?
Oh, fine, fine. It's always nice to be reprieved. Listen, you didn't know there was a tall blue box with a lamp on top out there, did you?
There was nothing like that there.
The Doctor asks Nessa if she's seen the TARDIS, but she hasn't. So the Doctor and Tremus went to find it. While Adric hangs around with Nessa, Cassia finds a collar and puts it on. She's possessed by Melka. Nessa helped Adric through the gate to run into the Doctor and Tremus. Cassia murdered Seron.
No, Melka, no!
Then the Doctor, Adric and Tremus walked in. Cassia has been herself and told everyone that the Doctor and Adric are Melka's agent and Tremus is a traitor. So they make a run for it. The Doctor, Adric and Tremus went back where the TARDIS was parked and it came back.
Doctor, look!
Tremus tried to release Cassia, but the Doctor, Adric and Tremus got trapped in a web and stoned. Melka said it's only the beginning. Uh-oh.
It's done, Melka.
Oh no, Cassia. It is only beginning.
Tom Baker, as always, fantastic as the 4th Doctor. He pulls it off so well. He has great chemistry with his companions. I think Matthew Waterhouse is great as Adric. Sarah Sutton played Nessa of Traken, who's a Trakenite from the planet Traken, a genius scientist, and the daughter of Tremus. She was originally going to appear in one story, but Johnny Byrne was paid to use that character, and obviously Peter Davidson wanted her as a companion. Plus, Sarah once mentioned that she was scared of Tom Baker. Melka is an animated statue. The design was based on Umberto Boccioni's 1913 statue. I thought the design was cool. He was voiced by Jeffrey Beavers, who also played the Master in this story. He wore the same outfit as Peter Pratt in The Deadly Assassin, but the mask was in bad condition, so he got face painted instead, and I think it's a great design, and Jeffrey did a great job as the Master. He was credited as Melka to avoid spoilers, obviously. Jeffrey Beavers previously played Private John in The Ambassadors of Death and later played Harrod in Downtime. Anthony Ainley played Nessa's father, Tremus, who's consuls of Traken and scientist. Ainley obviously played the Master throughout the 80s after when his body got stolen by the Master into his 13th regeneration. Ainley was casted the role as the Master because John Nathan Turner, who works on the Palliser series, was impressed with his performance as Rev.
And where and how will you find such evidence?
That is my business, Mr. Melius.
All Ainley wanted to do in Doctor Who was play the Master, and he did so well. Sheila Ruskin played Cassia, who's a consul, Tremas's wife, and Nessa's stepmother. The casts were considered for the role were Francesca Ennis, Judi Dench, Glenda Jackson, Joanna Lumley, Helen Mirren, Diana Rigg, and Fiona Walker, but obviously went to Sheila Ruskin. Dennis Carey played Keeper of Traken, who called the Doctor for help and explains about Melka, and he's asking help preventing evil from taking over. Carey also played Professor Chronotus in Sharda and an old man in Timelash. John Woodnut played Saron, who works at the Traken Union Council. Philip Locke was originally cast in the role. Woodnut previously played Hibbert in Spearhead from Space, Draconian Emperor in The Frontier in Space, and dual roles of Broughton and the Duke of Forgill in Terror of the Zygons. Margot van der Berth and Robin Soanes played Kachura and Lovick, who are part of the 5 consuls of Traken. Mary Morris was originally cast in the role as Kachura, but dropped out. Margot van der Berth had previously played Kamika in The Aztecs. Robin Soanes later played Cronulla Guy in Face of Raven. Roland Oliver played Neiman Proctor on Traken. Trakenite are a peaceful humanoid race on Traken. Sadly, they're extinct because of the Master, leaving Nessa the last of them. The casts did an excellent job. The sets and effects are fantastic, and so is the music by Roger Lim. So the Doctor, Adric and Tremas are placed in the cell. Melka tells Cassia that Tremas will still be alive as long as she obeys Melka.
Tremas is in disgrace. He cannot become Keeper now. You've saved him.
And he may continue to live if you continue to obey.
So then she catches Nessa patrolling around and tell her to go home. So Nessa picks up a case and asks Proctor Neiman to see her father, but he wouldn't let her. So she points her weapon at Neiman and Foster, so they dropped a key where Nessa's foot is. So then she lasered both men as they try to rush her. And she picked up the key, so she got the Doctor, Adric and Tremas free. As Melka is disappointed in Cassia, the person who's operating the statue reveals to be the Master. Brilliant revealing.
Now this Traken web of harmony is broken. I am free.
While Tremas gets a scroll and gave it to the Doctor, Master plans for the Source Manipulator, Cassia orders Neiman and the Fosters to find the prisoners. By the time the Doctor, Adric, Nessa and Tremas has reached the TARDIS, they're recaptured and being sentenced to death. But after violent thunderstorm, the Keeper dies, Cassia sat on the throne in the case, and the Melka statue materialized.
It's too late. That's far too late.
So the Doctor and Tremas are figuring out how to defeat Melka. Throughout this part, Melka is capable of hypnotizing, shooting lasers, appearing and disappearing everywhere, and being curious if the Doctor knows him.
This man is known to me, as is his ambition.
My only ambition is to stop you, Melka.
As soon as Adric and Nessa went in the TARDIS, she's confused why it's bigger on the inside.
But why is it so much bigger inside than it is outside?
Oh, the Doctor told me that was because it was dimensionally transcendental.
So they're there to complete construction of a server shutdown. As the Doctor and Tremas work out the numbers on the machine, there's aggressive wind. Adric and Nessa attaches the device in the Source Manipulator chamber. After Neiman got shot, the Doctor gets transported inside Melka, which is the Master's TARDIS, and he recognises him. Great reunion.
Of course. The Master.
Welcome to my new ship.
After the Doctor gets paralysed and the Master explaining about his 12th regeneration, his server shutdown begins to destabilise the Source.
Someone has tampered with the power of the Source!
The Doctor smashed through the glass panel and escaped from Melka. After everything's safe, the Doctor and Adric went back to the TARDIS. Tremas wanted to look at something and his hand got stuck in the grandfather clock, which turns out to be the Master's TARDIS. So the Master came out, and we get iconic scene where he stepped inside Tremas's body, rejuvenated, and well, the Master has got the body of Tremas and said, "New body at last."
New body at last.
So he goes back in the TARDIS and disappears away while Nessa is looking for her father.
Father?
Pretty messed up every time Nessa sees the Master because the fact he's using the body of her father. I think this is a really great story. What did you think of The Keeper of Traken? Thanks people as always for watching. I'll be looking at Tom Baker's final regular story as the 4th Doctor, Lugopolis, next. I'll see you in the next video.